51 now on your Thursday. Welcome back, everyone. During a heated hearing on Capitol Hill, Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson answered questions about the city's sanctuary city status and immigration policies.
This was before the House Oversight Committee, and mayors from Denver, Boston, and New York also faced questions. Joining us this morning is Illinois Congressman Krishnamoorthi, who sits on that committee and was at the hearing yesterday.
Yeah, good morning, Congressman. Thank you for being with us bright and early this morning. We want to start by asking, what's your assessment of Mayor Brandon Johnson's performance yesterday?
Look, it was contentious, but I think he held his own. I think the central issue, which kind of bubbled up in his testimony as well as the testimony of others, is that there's a set procedure for ICE to present judicial criminal warrants for the arrest of anybody within the custody of local law enforcement, including the city of Chicago. And when they avail themselves of that procedure, when ICE does, then Chicago and other cities not only are required to cooperate, but do so on a routine basis. And I think that was something that, unfortunately, my Republican colleagues weren't prepared to hear or deal with.
It's so funny you say that, Congressman, because that is the one thing that really stuck out to me yesterday, was this conflating at times of turning over, if you will, illegal immigrants who do not have criminal arrest warrants, with, conflating that with illegal immigrants who do. And do you think that this, it all had an impact on any of your Republican counterparts there, or did they just, in my opinion, conveniently try to push that aside?
I think they tried to push it aside. They were much more interested in the rhetorical back and forth than the substantive testimony, in my humble opinion. The other thing that kind of came up is that, as you know, Chicago sometimes becomes a punching bag for my Republican colleagues, and I tried to point out in my question line with Mayor Johnson that, Chicago has been routinely named the best big city in America by Condé Nast. It's a quantum technology hub, a freight rail hub. It's also the home to the second most number of Fortune 500 headquarters of any city in America. And so when Donald Trump calls it, quote unquote, worse than Afghanistan, we should not take any slander from him or anyone else lying down.
Yeah, and Congressman, I know you touched on this, but a lot of people also talking about this comment from Florida Representative Anna Paulina Luna, who says she's going to turn over the mayors to the Department of Justice, claiming they're breaking federal law. I think the question is, do you think anything will come of this? What repercussions for those mayors are there? And what does this mean for kind of the sanctuary city status overall?
She didn't point out which law is being broken and how it's being broken. It felt, again, just like a rhetorical argument as opposed to actually pointing out the facts and trying to laying it out. So will she do that? Maybe. But see them in court, right? I think that's kind of going to be the theme for a lot of what's happening right now. I think there's going to be a lot of legal action, some legal struggles, but it'll be a waste of time because, again, ICE should take advantage of the existing procedures to nab criminals off the streets who are undocumented. They're not doing so. And if they're not willing to put in the work, if they're going to be lazy about it, then they shouldn't complain. At the federal level, I'm going to try to hold their feet to the fire through the Oversight Committee. If they want additional resources, they should come to us to be able to take advantage of those procedures. If they want to change these laws, they're welcome to do so, and they can try to urge changes even at the local level. But not doing the work is not an option.
Okay, 8th District Congressman Krishnamoorthi, thank you so much for joining us so early this morning. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Congressman.
So much.